Hera, who works as an intern with a financial company, catches the eye of Zach, a local celebrity. Flattered by his attention, Hera goes on a date with the charming young man. After the date, though, Zach refuses to go home. Hera caves into his pressure, and the two of them have sex. The next day, Hera realizes that sex is actually the only thing Zach cares for. When she refuses his advances, he grows cold and indifferent. After their brief romance, the only thing that reminds Hera of Zach is a room plant he gave her. Hera is getting increasingly attached to her green roommate. Meanwhile, the young woman starts going through strange transformations. And to add to the turmoil, there is a tree monster lurking outside her house. Modern horrors heavily rely on metaphors and symbolism, and there is nothing wrong with it. However, these artistic techniques should be used subtly and sparingly, and this is where some filmmakers seem to fail. Besides, it looks like many writers and directors underestimate the intellectual abilities of the audience. They simplify their ideas and illusions to the point where they lose their flavor and become repellent. Speaking of Pollen, it looks like an exasperated confession of an angry feminist with no room for ambiguity. In the movie, a male boss is a stereotypical unfeeling narcissist, abuser, and manipulator, who only thinks of getting under a woman's skirt, just because she's wearing it. A female boss is a callous, career-oriented witch who came to terms with the power of men and always takes their side. The rest of the employees are either spineless wallflowers, or she-devils that yield to the whims of sex-obsessed, annoying men. You won't see any normal people of flesh and blood. The world of Pollen is black and white, and the only thing required from the female protagonist is to find the courage to say a firm no to all that chauvinistic madness. To make this trivial story more palatable, writer and director D.W. Medoff serves it as a botanical horror. The protagonist's name is Hera. What an exquisite hint at the Greek goddess of the earth. After succumbing to Zach, Hera starts to sneeze pollen, vomit flower buds, and do other weird stuff, which, as we learn from the prologue, may lead her to suicide. The plant Zach gave Hera serves as a metaphor of their relationship. One minute the young woman takes care of the flower, and the next, tries to get rid of it. And on top of all that, Hera is followed by some twig and branch monster that stands for her trauma and sense of guilt. A big shout out to the Babadook. But there is a difference. Rather than a social manifesto, The Babadook was a brilliant horror drama about the real struggles of a real person. Pollen, on the contrary, is an overblown display of stereotypes. The only thing that's good about this movie is a heartfelt lead performance by Ava Rose Kinard. Nevertheless, the use of the Aesopian language doesn't make the film less flat and straightforward. Neither does it qualify as a fully fledged horror only because the key character catches a few glimpses of some overgrown Groot.